Welcome to the Hailey Rowe Show. I'm a feel-good habits coach dedicated to helping you reach new levels of health, happiness, and high performance. Please visit www.haileyrowe.com for show notes. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, I'm so excited to be here with you today. My name is Hailey Rowe. I'm a habits coach dedicated to helping you overcome the I'll start tomorrow mindset and instead develop healthy habits that really serve you and are personalized and bridge that gap between knowing what you need to do and actually carrying it out on a daily basis, even when obstacles arise. So we are going to talk about a very important habit to have if you really want to remain in your best decision-making state and be bringing your best energy to you every day. And that is something that's made a big difference in my life, which is meditation and mindfulness, and of course, how you deal with stress. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to introduce a little lesson that will allow you to shift your mindset to becoming more calm when obstacles and stress arises. And then after that, we're going to do a group meditation to really let it soak in. So let's start with the lesson. The lesson comes from one of my favorite thought leaders, Elizabeth Benton. And if you really listen to this a few times, the more you listen to it, the more it will soak in and rewire your brain to believe in this mindset shift. And the mindset shift is that stress is chosen and intensity happens. So what do I mean by that? Well, we can have very intense periods in our life, whether that means we just had a baby or we're facing a really tough time at work right now, or we're in a really hard workout at the moment. Those are moments of intensity. And those things happen, and sometimes you don't have control over those things. Like you might be facing a family crisis or a health crisis right now that you don't really have full control over. And that is what I mean by intensity happens. But here's the second part. Stress about those circumstances, that is chosen. You can choose how you respond to what happens with you, what happens in your life. And while it's easy to say that, it's not always easy to put it into action. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to do that. And that's why we have the guided meditation to bring you to that mindful, peaceful state that you can carry out into your day today. So what I want you to remember is we don't always have control, like I said, over the circumstances, but we can control how we respond. So for example, I'd like you to think about in your life, and if you are watching this in a video, please comment below the video. So think about a time in your life where you were facing intensity and how you responded. Did you respond in a peaceful, solutions-oriented way, or did you freak out and let yourself become overwhelmed and have analysis paralysis? What's your default in those situations? Because knowing how you respond usually in those situations will allow you to address it and also pay more attention, become more mindful in those moments of heatedness, if that's a word, to become stronger, right? So we can choose to see those stressful moments or intense moments as stressful, or we could choose to see those intense moments as a way to grow, stepping stones to our growth and becoming our best self. And one book I really recommend if you want to learn more about this perspective shift is The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. And the key here is to practice more noticing this week when you freak out and when you are peaceful towards intense moments. So when next time you are in a tough workout and you notice yourself freaking out and releasing a thought train of, I can't do this, I'm so frustrated, I'm not the best in this class, or even a more serious example, like you are dealing with a difficult family member who, is challenging you and your beliefs, and you feel very isolated and lonely. Use those moments this week to tap into yourself and see how you're responding, and choose to see them as stepping stones for growth, and know that the universe has your back, right? Or God, or whoever you believe in, a higher power. The universe is with you. And when you're in your best, lighthearted, joyful, decision-making state, you can attract great things in your life. You can attract the solutions you need, and you can be your best self. So you really have to focus on filling up your own cup and being able to deal with these situations head on in a peaceful way, and starting to notice when you don't do that so that you can learn how to see these difficult situations as an opportunity for growth. So what I'd like to do now is do our guided meditation. And again, if you're watching this on Facebook Live, please comment below and let me know how you see stressful or intense moments in your life, how you've been responding and how you want to respond. Because when you set an intention, it could start to go to work for you. So put it in writing. What do you want to do this week differently? So let's go ahead and close our eyes and do a group meditation. So close your eyes and just take a deep breath, a few deep breaths. We're really going to let this message sink in. Start to release the tension in your head and your face. Maybe your eyebrows and your eyes are tense. Just let it go. And I want you to just feel what it feels like to be here in this moment with whatever thoughts are running through your head, and just allowing those thoughts. Allowing them to pass by. No resistance. And even though those thoughts might be intense and loud in your head, we could still be here. We could still remain peaceful. We can coexist with these thoughts. What would it look like for you to befriend your most common thoughts that stress you out? And instead of letting them have control over you, what would it look like to be peaceful and compassionate? Continue to breathe. Notice any sounds and feelings coming up. And know that you're in full control of just being at peace in this moment. And letting go of anything that's holding you back or keeping you tense in your body. So you relax your shoulders, your neck, areas in your chest, any tightness. Just feel what it feels like to be in this state of power and calmness. Now bring your attention to your heart. You might even want to put your hand on your heart and think about a moment, a person, a coincidence that brought you great joy and peace. Start to envision that moment and really feel what it feels like to be back in that moment. And allow yourself to remember what it felt like to have no resistance and give off joy and peace. And I'd like you to remember that you can return to that state at any time of the day, anytime you notice tightness. This feeling is always here for you. And you could bring it to every day and moments of intensity. And allow the breath that comes in to bring you into more peace, into a more relaxed state. Every breath. And every breath, bring you more into this moment. From head to toe, becoming energized. And in that ideal decision-making state. And breathe deeply. Not forcing anything. Just letting go. Entering your most creative, calm, awakened self. And when you're ready, start to open your eyes slowly. Excellent. So thank you so much for joining this video, and I hope you guys liked it. Be sure to share it with somebody who needs to hear this message, who might want to approach their day on a little bit of a more relaxed state and in their best decision-making state, which is when we are relaxed and peaceful and feeling joyful. So thanks again. I look forward to our next group meditation.
Want to hear more shows? Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on iTunes. Get your free habits guide at HaileyRowe.com, and remember that any advice given on the show does not substitute for medical advice from your healthcare professional. Talk to you guys soon.